Hello! A couple days ago I bought this huge loaf of white bread. Now I don't know what to do with it because I can't eat it. It just turns out that the answer is very simple and delicious. You make a bread pudding. Now before you even start, you gotta look at it and see that there is no mold on this bread. If your bread contains some mold, then don't even start. Now this bread does not contain any mold, so we'll proceed. We're going to be using this bowl to mix up the liquid part of the pudding. The recipe is as follows. In the bowl you break 2 eggs, like this. And now use this mixer or beater and these little endings to beat them up very fine. I think it's kind of dark in here. Turn the light on. Ah, that's so much better now. As you can see, I beat them very fine, which requires at least 5 minutes of severe beating, preferably on the highest power of your beater. Now to your eggs you add 1/2 of a cup of sugar. So here's our cup, filled halfway with sugar. That's good. Now add it in, carefully mix, and then beat. Now you're going to need 1/2 of a cup of hot water, so set your teapot, having made sure of course that it is filled at least 1/2 with water. While you're waiting for that one, you need about 1 cup of milk. Preferably something like this 2% one over here. What? Oh, what do you know, we only had 1 cup. And in a vessel over here, you need to combine that 1 cup of milk and 1/2 a cup of hot water. And quickly, while the mixture is still warm, add it to your beaten eggs and sugar. Now beat them. And that's it, you're done with the liquid part. Now wasn't that very easy? Now take some raisin, about a fistful is enough. Thoroughly wash them, obviously drain the water. And over here, let's cut some bread. Cut it up into nice little cubes that you will then put in the liquid that you made. Now, there's no fixed amount of bread that you need to add, but you need to add so much that the consistency is still very liquidy. The more you add, the drier your pudding will be in the end. Now this you won't need anymore, and just add the bread cubes like this. Use a tablespoon to mix them up. Now see, it's still kind of very liquidy. Let's add more bread. See now, not so much of this bread is gonna go to waste anymore. Also know that the bread is gonna absorb the liquid into it. Now this is desired consistency. Let's add the raisin. Mix it up thoroughly. And now let it rest for 5 or 10 minutes so that the bread completely absorbs the liquid. And now that this mixture is nice and wet, you can get your baking dish out and put some canola oil on it. Rub it into the surface with your finger so that every part of the surface is covered, like always. And dump this mixture in like this. Carefully even it out with the spoon. Now turn on the oven to 400. The dish with the pudding goes in. Close the oven, and on 400 you set the timer for 30 or 35 minutes. Great, now use this puppet to get the pudding out. And wait for it to cool off. Bon appétit.
Yes, yummy pudding.